which brings me then, segues nicely to the next subject, which is obviously the obsession of Survivor. And how this week there are so many choices in Survivor that I'm going to go ahead and here's the thing. I have a feeling, no matter the Survivor pool you're in, but let's talk about it through the lens of Circa Survivor, where nearly 10,000 entries are involved. I'm going to set, are you ready for this? I'm going to set the number of entries, number of total entries in Circa Survivor to get knocked out this week, including non-submissions.
Okay.
Including non-submissions. I'm going to set it at 99 and a half entries. 99 and a half entries.
Okay,
Because
why do you say that?
Well, first of all, it assumes no upsets.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
obviously. But I have a feeling this is the week where you can't, you know how I go, I'm like, okay, there's a Fade Arizona entry, there's the natural Survivor pick entry because, there's not a better opportunity to use this team later in Survivor. And then there's the, let me see if I can get frisky with it entry.
Right.
There is no frisky option. They're all big favorites.
You want me to let you know the friskiest one I've considered? The
please do.
friskiest would be the Dolphins. And they're 6.5 point favorites.
And to me, the friskiest was the Seahawks, who are also
6 point favorites.
6 point favorites. Yeah. So here's the question then. I have 3 entries left. Jacksonville appears to be the most obvious in terms of the organic Survivor play. Jacksonville appears to be that play because there isn't a more natural place to play them later. And they're a big favorite, obviously, in their game against the Houston Texans, right about 9 points. Now, the question becomes, if you have multiple entries and you don't feel like playing it all on one team, because obviously anything can happen, and you could be out after week 3. So obviously that possibility exists any given Sunday in the NFL.
And with the Jaguars, plenty of more crappy division games to come.
Yeah, but it doesn't get any better than this. Home Houston, right?
No.
Like, this is still the most natural. They're not a Christmas, they're not a Thanksgiving team. On the other hand, can I suggest the Kansas City Chiefs for a second?
Yeah, of course you can. Did something happen with the Bears yesterday?
I'm told it. Well, here's the thing. Something did, and then it kind of didn't, but then it kind of did.
You can say that about like 2 of their stories too.
Right. Whatever you believe about the story about the Chicago Bears yesterday, they are out a defensive coordinator now. So the Kansas City Chiefs are 13-point favorites against the Bears. The Bears seemingly, right, on the field, off the field. And let's add in the Justin Fields press conference where Justin Fields is like, I'm playing too robotic. The subtext was, the coaches are killing me.
Yeah, so, well, you have that. I'm going to guess earlier in the day, Nathan Peterman was told, hey, hit the bricks, before Justin Fields decided to speak.
Yeah.
Because the news came out afterward that Peterman had been released.
Right.
But guess what, Gil? As of this morning, he's back on the roster. So they brought him back.
That's right.
And then you got your offensive tackle going on IR.
So stories and non-stories. But then, so the bottom line is they stink.
Yes.
We here on this show, and I'm sure lots of others on the network also, when I asked the question on the first Megapod and late here on a numbers game, which was, what's the off-season narrative that you're hearing that you still can't buy into? Mine was, it's the Bears. Like, why does everybody love the Bears? And I was a Jordan Love defender. Like, that was like, he still could be good. So the Chiefs, though, play. The problem with playing the Chiefs is they do play in one of these games. They specifically play on Christmas. They host the Raiders. Christmas, which of course is well down, the line, but yet it'll get here sooner than you think if you get through Thanksgiving. Christmas 3 games for Survivor are hosting the Raiders, the Chiefs hosting the Raiders, the Eagles hosting the Giants, the Niners hosting Baltimore. So I'm avoiding Philly and Dallas, which has a Thanksgiving game in San Francisco. And yet, why would I want to take the Chiefs here? Am I willing to do that just because it feels like a free bingo square? We know nothing's free in the NFL, but it feels like, do I want to squander the Christmas play and then hope that Jalen Hurts doesn't ever get hurt for the Eagles, which is obviously, you want to have as many options as possible.
Right. And I think that's the bigger part of it,
So
right? You want to have the most amount of options.
So the question becomes, do you just want to go all in with one team? Or if that bothers you enough, if you have multiple entries? Because again, my whole thing is, multiple entries is sort of this weird, stupid fallacy of a comfort thing. Because if you're playing them optimally, I'd play them like I'd have one, and I'd play them all on Jacksonville. But then you have that human factor that enters. You're like, but yeah, I don't want to get knocked out. I want to have a second team just going. But then that's a stupid way to play. Do I play 2 Jacksonville, 1 Kansas City, 2 Kansas City, 1 Jacksonville? Anyway, that's the conundrum.
Now, to be fair, I only have 1 entry, but if
Who are you playing?
I will speak for the people that I think have multiple entries, and I will channel my inner Bobby DeLuca here and say, throw them all on the Jags, Gil. Throw them all on the Jags.
I think I might do that.
I'm on the Jags.
I think that's the way to play.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think
Mr. Me is scored. Mr. You play not to survive, right? To win. Yeah. I should do I should put my money where my mouth is and play all Jacksonville.
I thought about the Dolphins, but no, I'm going Jags. All Jags.
Coming here Monday and I'm done. No Survivor sounder.
Yeah, it's not like the Jags have failed me before in this contest or anything.
So you thought the frisky move was then, I said Seattle, you said Miami.
If I had 4 entries, I'd say I'd go 1 Miami and 3 Jacksonville.
But again, there's more. Miami plays Arizona, right?
Yeah.
There's no point in using them now if you take, they are, again, Miami's hosting the Denver Broncos. I don't know how you feel about the Broncos, but if you feel Arizona is still the bottom of the barrel, you save that for that. And then when it comes to a team like Seattle, they're hosting Carolina, but don't they host Arizona too? That's coming up as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's this whole week is about holding back and just hoping everybody gets through.
Yep.
99,
Jags.
99 and a half over under entries. I'm putting that out there for everybody.
I like it.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.